Alrighty, so we got the returning Amanda Ribas versus Angela Hill. Ribas is 9 years younger than Angela Hill, and she does have a 2-inch reach advantage in this one. She is coming from a good camp in ATT. She is coming off that loss against Mahina Rodriguez, so, interesting to see how she comes back. She has been knocked out in the past, so she did recover from that quite well, but it wasn't that long ago that she did get knocked out. Alright, so for Ribas, we'll break down the striking of these two. So for Ribas, she is constantly improving her striking, in my opinion. She doesn't like taking a backward step. She likes being on the front foot, looking to pick her shots. Her favourite punch would be the pull 2. She also likes to throw in the 1-2 as well. Mostly everything's coming down the pipe. It's either going to be a jab or a 2 for the most part. She does lean back with her chin in the air, which she will do on the pull 2, which just happens to be her favourite punch. And yeah, that's most of her offense. So for Angela Hill, she's also pretty right hand heavy. She likes to throw the right hand quite a bit. She likes to angle off on a lot of her striking entries. For the most part, she is trying to land the right hand, so when she does try to land the right hand, she'll take a big step to her right, and then look to angle off to her right to land that right hand, to get an angle on that right hand. So that's the majority of the angles that she does look for. When she does get in the clinch, she looks to use some elbows. She comes from that Muay Thai background. She likes to get some slashing elbows, pretty aggressive with the elbows in the clinch. We saw her cut up Carnelosi, I think her name is, with elbows in the clinch. So yeah, she can do a bit of damage in the clinch with those elbows. At that distance, I'd say she has better striking defense than Amanda Ribas. She rolls with a lot of punches well. She's not hard to hit, but she's harder to hit than Amanda Ribas. Let's just leave it at that. Alright, so in the grappling, so I think Ribas has a pretty big advantage here. She is a black belt in judo. She has very strong hips, so she has nice hip toss in the clinch. A lot of her takedowns do come from the clinch. And when she does get it to the mat, she's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt at that. She looks to advance to dominant position immediately. She only looks for ground and pound from dominant position. She won't generally look for ground and pound in guard or half guard. She'll look to advance position, secure the position, and then look for a ground and pound. So she does have good top control in that sense. And when she does let her ground and pound go, it is very aggressive. And coupled with her top control, normally it's going to be trouble if she does get on top of you. So how these guys win fights. So for Ribas, she has good cardio, good volume, very well rounded, strikers improving every fight, but also she has that elite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu base, also her wrestling or her judo background as well. For Angela Hill, she has good striking defense, rolls with a lot of punches, as we're talking about. She does that quite well, doesn't take a huge amount of damage in her fights. So how these guys lose fights. So for Angela Hill, she has poor get-ups. She's not great off her back. Once you do get her down there, she isn't very good at all. And also she fights off the back foot a lot. She seems to have changed that a little bit. She seems to fight off the front foot more recently. She seems to be a bit more aggressive in her stand-up, but before that, she was losing a few close split decisions just because I think she was fighting on the back foot. It's just a bad visual for judges, especially in women's MMA fights where both fighters aren't doing too much damage and they both have pretty decent volume, so the activity's relatively the same. It can just be as lazy for the judges as just going, okay, who's going forward? Alright, we'll just give it to them. Just because, then, generally they both have good cardio. Generally they both have the same amount of power. So it's for the judges, they just make it easier to say, who's going forward? We'll just give it to them. For Amanda Ribas, she, her defensive tendencies on the feet are a little troubling, or a little concerning, I mean. And her chin doesn't seem to be the best. It's not as dire as it would be in other weight classes because she is at women's strawweight. And there's very few strawweights who can, crack and put your lights out. So I don't think it's too much of a concern. I wouldn't say it's going to lose her too many fights, but, you know, it is a little concerning. Path to victory for these two. So for Angela Hill, it's all about the straight right. So straight right in close range when you do get in the pocket. Angle off on the straight right just so she can't time your takedowns or grab you for the clinch. Straight right when Ribas is closing distance. If she's just closing distance to enter the clinch, look for the straight right or look for a straight elbow or something of that sort. Just look to tag her as she's coming in. Because Marina Rodriguez, that's how she finished Amanda Ribas. I'm not saying Angela Hill has the same power of Rodriguez, but, you know, it still could be an effective technique against Ribas. Also, if she does try and enter the clinch, look for the underhooks and look to frame off immediately. Just look to disengage the clinch. Don't look to entertain the clinch at all. For Amanda Ribas, look to enter the clinch often. And look to use your judo once you do get in the clinch. Look to get her on her back. And she will give her back to get up. So look to take the back as soon as she gives it. And then, because she will give her back to get up from your top control. Absolutely. Alright, so how I see the fight playing out. Alright, so I think this is a really good fight for Ribas to get back on track. I think Hill has a bit of a name. She's a really good stylistic matchup for Ribas. On the feet, I think it's pretty even. Probably goes to split decision quite a bit if Ribas doesn't shoot or clinch, but I doubt she's going to do that. You know, Angela Hill is some world-class striker that, I don't know, a lot of people seem to think she is. But yeah, Ribas will be on the front foot, pressing the action, and it will be in the smaller octagon, so I think the visuals will be helping Amanda Ribas. Also, you know, Angela Hill's takedown defense has improved recently, but if she lets Ribas get the positions in the clinch that she let Michelle Waterson get, I think she's gone for a ride onto the mat. And then on the mat, Ribas just wipes the floor with her. I think she subs her pretty quickly pretty much as soon as the fight hits the mat. I'd be seriously impressed if Hill can stuff all of Ribas' takedowns and just beat her on the feet. I think she needs to fight pretty much the perfect fight to win this one. I think she needs a KO to win here. I don't think she's going to win many decisions unless Ribas just goes mental and just doesn't shoot or clinch at all and looks to fight in the feet. But even then, I think it's kind of close. So, yeah, I think Ribas wins. And let's have a look at the betting lines. Alrighty, so the prediction is Amanda Ribas. I think she submits her in round 1. I think she gets it done around 75% of the time. I think this is a really good matchup for her, and I think she gets back on track, back in the win column. And, wow, I didn't expect the price to go up on Ribas. I'm not sure why money's coming down on Angela Hill. But, yeah, I just think the defensive tendencies of Angela Hill are really going to burn her in this one, and just her takedown defense is going to burn her as well. So, I don't mind anyone playing the Ribas moneyline. Anything over $1.40, I think that's value on Ribas, honestly. I think she wins a good percentage of the time here. If you want to play Hill, or if you want to get cheeky and play Hill, then maybe the KO line. You know, Ribas, every time she's lost, she's got KO'd. So, and Hill does have a tiny bit of power. So maybe like, if it's over like $12 or plus 1100, then maybe that's the play on Angela Hill. But I think Ribas inside the distance should get done. Anything over $3.50 or plus 250, I think there's a decent amount of value on that. I do think she subs her, or just like clubs and subs her, or just TKOs her from mount or something like that. But yeah, I do think Ribas wins. I think she gets back in the win column, and I think that's good.